Hello, hello. Welcome to the next episode of Inside My Head. Our great opponent is Random Value, whose random value currently is 2458. And we are going to enter an open Sicilian Marolti bind, named after the famous Hungarian Grandmaster Géza Marolti, who once upon a time was in the top 5 Grandmasters in the world in the early part of the 1900s. What am I doing? B6, that is normally not a move that I would fear in these structures because it's ridiculously passive. I'm going to cement in this pawn with f3, and then I'm going to cement in this one with either knight a3 or b3. Depends on what the situation requires, and then he has got no means to attack my center at all. So currently I'm very happy with my position because, yeah, as I said, this setup is just ridiculously passive. One is not meant to play chess like this. Okay, I'm going to put a rook here, another one here, and then I'm going to start to look for plans. Potentially my number one will be to kick out the knight with a3, b4. It's always a good idea to float b4. Now I stepped into knight b3 super duper hardcore because I'm a moron. That was bad. That was really bad. So what was I meant to do? I was meant to play b3 first, then after knight here rook b1 and then a3 b4. Now instead I will have to play now rook b1 because I can't find anything better. And allowing knight b3, whereupon I will have to drop back. But actually it's a double-edged sword because once he's in here I will be threatening with knight d5, winning that pawn. So yeah, plus it also allows me to come around here and again strike at that pawn. So it's actually quite interesting. It may very well turn out to be a good blunder. We will see. We'll see, but we certainly do have this queen f2 jazz. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Admittedly, that is annoying. This is what happens when you play too fast and just stuff up. Okay, I hate the look of this move, but I can't see anything better to defend my c4 pawn, which is now doomed, but in return we are going to target this guy down here. So we are still hanging in there despite of my humongous positional blunder to allow this business to happen. So one more time I would like to go back to that point because I would like to clarify that I was doing more than well enough, but I needed to play b3 first, knight c5, rook b1 and then a3, b4. It is a slow but very effective plan as opposed to this quick but very much dying one that I just presented here. Okay, so I could technically take that if it wasn't hanging here, but because of it is hanging here, I'm very much in deep trouble. No, I can't even do that because after knight b to c2 is hanging. Oh lord, what have I done to deserve this? Okay, we'll have to suck it up and fight. Fight for precious life. Queen c7 is a strong move now. That's pretty much winning on the spot actually. That is very annoying. I have to say that I'm very disappointed the way how I play this. Super duper disappointed. In fact, after queen c7 I can't see anything better than knight a1, to be perfectly honest. That should cut it though. But yeah, this is bad stuff. And even knight c5, b4 takes, knight a4 seems to be doing perfectly fine for black. I'm basically a pawn down for nothing. Very sad stuff indeed. Oh my god, and that's the other thing when you see moves like this and you go like, how can I lose possibly to this guy? That was horrid. Knight c5, knight d4, queen d7, queen e2. Trying to stir the pot, but really it's just a bad position. I was really keen on playing b4, but after knight a4, knight c3 is very bad for me. In reality, the whole position is very bad for me. Yeah, so I'm just going to, yeah, wait for him to try to come up with something. Because whilst I am indeed a pawn down, he still needs to beat me. I suppose d5 would be a good way to do that. Do that. Although then take b4. That's, oh no, because then this is hanging. I don't even have cheaps. I don't even have my cheaps. Okay. Alright, so if I take here and then queen d1, is that legal? No, because then bishop takes here. Dagnammit. This is not looking good. Perhaps rook back. That wouldn't be bad, rook back and then queen b5. Yeah, let's do that. Because then I could still pressure this pawn here quite a bit. And if knight c5, then I can take the pawn. Oh, sorry guys, my webcam, I need to adjust somehow my webcam. The clip on it is really bad, and yeah, it doesn't, it falls down very often without me noticing that, sorry. And yeah, quality of this video is very poor anyway, because I'm playing like a moron, but I can't always upload videos where I play like a legend, because that would be either looking very fake or too nice to be true. So we have to show the world the side of me where I play like a complete retard. Which is exactly what I've been doing this game. My last and really painfully last hope is the fact that he's going to slow down. And because of we are playing without any increment, he may fall for some tactics. Didn't he just blunder this now, or am I in La La Land? Alright, let's see. If I can't take that pawn, I'm dead anyway. But I'm not saying it. I'm gonna come in queen b5 and this pawn, GG. This is how quickly my emotions change. It's like I'm killing myself over the first 7 minutes, and then all of a sudden I take a pawn and I'm like, GG, get out of my game. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Now this looks like a strong move, by the way. Right until to the moment when I realized that knight takes b6 guards the queen. So that's actually a total lemon. But this may be far stronger. Although somehow I really do like to stay on the b file, because this allows queen b7s and stuff. Take knight b2, rook b5, that means though. Okay, let's go. We need to speed up. We need to speed up. I don't know, queen b7, rook takes, queen b2 hangs the knight, and knight takes allows rook b5. So queen b7 doesn't seem to be a worry. This I would not have considered as an option, but maybe I'm missing something here. Okay, this hurts, and this is not hanging. Okay, so I only need to attend to that. Okay, thinking. Could do king g3 if push comes to shove. I quite like that move actually. My king is super safe here. Okay, let's go here. He may have to watch out for back rank stuff too. If rook c2, queen b5 hitting the knight, I'm looking really good there actually. So this looks positively the best part of the game insofar. By which what I'm trying to say is that we have never stood as well as we do now. Yeah, okay, so now rook here is going to win this pawn. Okay. He's really going hardcore. I don't know, take seems tempting. Followed by f4 perhaps. This takes, queen takes is not even threatening with a check. It's just the usual rook c2. Okay, let's do this. I don't think f5 was a good move at all. It looks intimidating, but yeah. My other idea was to play simply bishop to one of these squares and f4 check, king h4, but that may be asking too much from the position. By the way, isn't this hanging? What the heck is going on here? Wow. I just forgot to take a free piece. Are you for real? Wow. This is bad. This is bad. Now if queen takes, then queen check, and then rook check here, and here is winning. And if pawn takes, then I think I will still go queen check there. Yeah, because he has to go to the 7s, otherwise rook here wins, and any other case, rook a7 wins. Oh, God. That was so dumb. Can I take this thing twice? Yeah, take rook c4 check, king back, and he's dead. Okay. Wow, that was a really bad and embarrassing game altogether, from the get-go till the end. Oh my lord. Oh god. Can't believe I did that. You can't even take here, because after rook takes, I've got check taking the knight. Check taking the knight is what I'm trying to say, likewise with knight b6. So, yeah, that's it. Let's offer him a rematch for fun, but probably he's not gonna accept. Poor guy. Poor guy. Alright, well let's have a bit of an analysis then, because I don't want this video to be ridiculously short. Where is the analysis mode? How do you click on that thing? I want analysis mode. Come on. Learn from my mistakes. Thank you very much. Well, there were plenty of those, that's for sure. So can I play different moves? Oh, I can. Okay, so we are in analysis mode. Alright, so let's have a look at this nightmare. So the opening once again is Maroczy bind, gaining space, and knight c2 is only an acceptable move here because we would like to avoid swaps at all cost, because we have got the more space. And the opening develops very logically towards what I would call a very, very annoying space advantage where black is utterly planless. This, in my opinion, is a very poor move in this structure. When the pawn is back on b7 and the queen can come out here and stuff, it's more sensible because black seems to take control of a lot of dark squares. But now it seems that b6 is ridiculously weakened. In fact, didn't I have knight a4 here winning on the spot? Wow. Wow. This game was an absolute comedy of errors. I mean, dude, really? Knight a4 winning the pawn for free? Okay, so Leslie. So I play queen d2 because I'm a genius. d6. Rook d1, nothing wrong with it. Knight d7, and here comes the champ. a3. Yes. Yes! Bring on the a3, because of course I want to play b4, except that I'm a genius and I forget it after knight b3. I can't do that because of this fork is really, really going to hurt all my heavy dudes and do that. So I need to stop it, except I can't because knight d4 is obviously met by knight takes, followed by knight b3. And due to the very awkward layout of my pieces, I can't possibly find one dude that can cover b3. What did the genius need to do instead? b3. Knight c5, rook b1. And now the plan of a3 b4 is 100% unstoppable. And he doesn't even have a constructive way to meet it. So there is no more potential left really in the black position. I mean, he can do these f5 nonsenses that we saw in a different video of mine when I played against Manuel Leon Hoyos. But now the problem is that he's utterly weak here, he's utterly weak here. You can't play with this many weaknesses. I just keep on pressing on. It's heaven. But genius played that, and now things are going to turn very sour very quickly. So I'm really, really suffering here because of the hanging pawn on c4, and I can't play knight d5 because after bishop takes, this capture is not allowed due to that. If I have to take that way, then this hurts an awful lot. And so consequently that's off the charts. Knight a4, knight c4 also is looking the same way, just as bad, because now b6 is not hanging because the knight is covering it, and if I take again, I can't take because this is hanging. It's actually a very awkward knight layout there. So I play the only reasonable looking move, queen f1, to sort of back it up. But of course bishop a6 can't be met with anything sensible. I was hoping to plug it in, but again I can't because of the pin. And knight e5 was very spectacularly met by bishop c4, which I was hoping to refute with knight takes here, hoping that he would take with the knight. And even this one doesn't work because I'm hanging here, so please totally ignore what I'm saying. Just watch the video and just, yeah, pretend that this guy is not speaking here. It's not going well. It's 20 past 10 tonight. Yeah, just whatever. Look at the pieces, they are nicely carved out, nice chess set. 3 pieces on the same diagonal, it's a rare feat. Enjoy the view. So yeah, I have no idea what the heck. I actually did the best I think I could, and try to put up some resistance against this b6 pawn. And yeah, basically trying to cover all the weaker white squares, or as many of them as possibly I can, because he doesn't have a white square bishop, so it's difficult for him to dislodge pieces from these squares. I don't know if rook c1 was necessary here or not, but it worked really well because he right away blundered the pawn against it by take. Oh, actually no, the pawn blunder came later, so maybe it wasn't that great, but I couldn't really see any other constructive way to continue the game. Because as I said, b4 would be very logical, but after b4 either takes, let's just say takes for the argument's sake, and then here is very bad. But actually that's a stupid argument's sake because I would have taken that with the rook. So no, they won't take, they will play here right away. And then knight c3 is basically just killing me regardless of what I do. So I went rook c1 and I came back. I think this was a neat move. I'm quite proud of this one. The idea was to open up the file for my queen so that I can hassle him here and here. And actually, just for the argument's sake, I wanted to show you this is not by any means a far-fetched scenario for counterplay. Because even though I'm a pawn down, the c file is useless because there are no penetration squares, and I'm threatening to play b3 followed by taking this dude here. Which is actually not true, because after h4, just for the argument's sake again, b3, knight takes bishop, rook takes bishop takes d4 wins for black, because takes fails to knight e2 check, which means that even here my best threat is to play king f2 followed by b3 followed by takes, which is again a very doubtful statement, because let's say he plays something lemony, now I stepped into this check, so it's still not working. So let's just say that in this position I have got an annoying static pressure, whatever the heck that means. Basically that although I do not have a plan, he doesn't have one either. So that's what I was aiming for, but then he decided to drop the pawn, and from here on I think black is clearly worse, because this is a chronic weakness, and even without that one being chronically weak, I've got 2 versus 1 here that can potentially run, and his pawn majority here, unless he finds a very quick d5, which I think he could have and should have done somewhere hereabouts, would have been the way to go. And this is just, in my opinion, rubbish, because this is whilst this looks very appealing, my king is far too safe here, and having solved off the dark squared bishop means that on the dark squares I can't really be targeted, and he constantly has to watch out for back rank mate. So for example here rook c2 would have lost on the spot because of queen takes, and mate. And so he went e5, I played bishop e3, and I knew that f5 was dodgy, it just felt wrong. But I just didn't realize that the reason why it felt wrong was because this rook was hanging here. Oh god, so I took that, and that's when I dawned on me that rook is hanging. So it went that way. Now after rook c2 queen d3 though, he's totally dead, because this check creates a double threat of here and here, so basically it means that his king can't go anywhere, as was shown in the game, and I don't think that this would have been any different, because after queen d5 check, again regardless of where it goes, I will go check or check here with a mating attack. He chose to die with this one, and yes, he went on the 8th rank. If he had gone up here after check, let's say if king, yeah, doesn't matter, either here or here is met by this beautiful mate, which only goes to show that f5 was a suicidal move. So he remained on the 8th rank, and after rook a8 he lost the queen. I predicted actually correctly during the game that he would play this check, just a last spy check, and after king g3 there was nothing else left than to throw in the towel. I suppose the game would have ended takes, check here, and fork, and I'm winning the house. So this is a very good example of even supposedly better players have got their off days when things just don't go their way at all. But what we should take away from it is that we hung in there, we created pseudo threats, not even threats, we allowed our opponent to blunder, and when the time came we managed to strike back. Although I have to say that even when the time came to strike back, I sort of failed to strike back particularly powerfully, but that was a strike nonetheless. So I hope you guys found something valuable in this video, something that you could take away from it. It's dramatically different from all the previous Inside My Head series, because this is the first time when there was just total nonsense and rubbish inside my head and not one constructive thought that I could actually execute on the board. But as I said, yeah, that's also us. So I hope you guys liked it. I will be back with more, hopefully with a somewhat more sensible content next time when it comes to Inside My Head. Have a great day, folks. Bye.